Hello, everybody, and it's been a while since I've made a video at all. I actually got married a couple months ago and just wanted to take some time off. So, what I figured I'd do is make talk about Torchlight. Now, the reason I'm talking about Torchlight is it was about 2 weeks ago that a video came out, Torchlight Infinite, this new game based on the Torchlight IP franchise. I got a little excited because I've always liked the Torchlight series. And at the end of the video, it's a mobile game. And doing more research, it is a single player only mobile game that you don't play with other people. It's single player, skill tree, everything that should be in a actual Torchlight game. And this was really infuriating for the simple reason is Torchlight 3 was a disappointment. There is a video on this channel that I talk about that. Torchlight 3 is the easiest in the series, loses a lot of its customization, and just doesn't feel like a good game. This is coming from somebody that's put in hundreds of hours, gone through the game a couple times with different characters, and it doesn't work. So because of this, I wanted to go back and play the original Torchlight. So what I'm also going to do is I'm going on my Xbox right now because that's where I played it. And what I want to do is go through what I did in the game. Now, I literally was like, hey, can Torchlight hold up for a game that came out in 2009? It might have come out a little bit before that on PC, but the first time I was able to play it, because I saw all these things about how Torchlight was out, and at the time my PC that I had couldn't do it. So I'm going to go over what I enjoyed. Well, first thing I enjoyed in the game was the combat. Torchlight 1 reminds me a lot of the original Diablo for the simple reason that you're going down levels. You're going down there and you're going stair by stair by stair, but there's a lot in here that I feel people don't remember how much Torchlight influenced the gaming sphere. This is in between Diablo 2 and 3, and it truly is a game that was revolutionary, but people don't remember how revolutionary it is. The pet mechanic was a good thing that happened here. You have this fame thing, which the more monsters you beat, the destroy, kill, whatever you want to call it, your fame goes up. This is something that is also in Grim Dawn, which is a game that I've been revisiting as well, and I will touch base on that coming up soon. You have potions, you have skills, and you have some good skills in there, and you can do better builds than you probably remember based on this game. And what I've managed to do is I always play as like the barbarian hulking character. The problem with Torchlight 3 is there is no barbarian hulking character, and that was one of my issues with that game. But what I decided to do is right now I'm going to go over some other stuff afterwards, but first I want to go with what kind of build I went. Well, first off, I beat the game, and I'm level famous because the more that you kill monsters, you get a better nickname going forward and forward and forward. Level 34, not even max leveled. There is an end game in this, which is another thing to look at. We will discuss that in a second. My strength is 91. My magic is 59. And that's your attack with magic weapons, which is cool. Dexterity 26, health is 82. So I'm going dual wield, and you can go dual wield. You can unlock dual wield with this class. And I did a unique sword, which is the Sword of the War God, which gives me 552 damage per second. Physical damage is 99 to 197. Fire damage is 66 to 131. Slow attack speed, plus 115 of physical damage, 4% faster attack, 6 chance for a fear target for 3 seconds, plus fire damage. That sounds like a really good weapon for a game that came out a long time ago. The other weapon I have is called Legionnaires Fascis. It is 395 damage per second. Physical damage is 158 to 316. Slow attack speed, fire damage. And then let's get into the armor we have. We have an epic Humanicolous belt. So that's 49 armor, 8% faster attack speed, 8% faster cast speed, 15% pet and minion damage, which is important, and I'll tell you why in a second. Plus 10 to electrical resistance, plus 10 to fire resistance, plus 20 to ice resistance, plus 10 to poison resistance. The reason that pet bonuses is good is because in Torchlight 1, you can feed your pet a fish that can change it up permanently. And that's what I did. I changed it up. We have the Transmuter Mantle, which is 34 armor, plus 5 to armor, 4% faster attack, 5 to dexterity, 1% fishing luck, because you can fish and then you get fish and you can feed it to your pet. 15% knockback, plus 35 to health, minus 1 physical elemental damage taken, minus 1% vendor prices, 4% damage reflected, 5% faster movement, plus 6 to electrical resistance, plus 6 to fire resistance, plus 12 to poison resistant, plus 3 to armor. More good stuff. And this is stuff that I didn't buy any gear. I ended up with 12 million gold. We have our Jagged Heavy Plate Mail, which is 28 armor, 7 electrical resistance, 7 ice resistance, 7 poison resistance, 16 damage reflected, 164 to health. I really was trying to get the health up really high and pierce and bleed and stuff like that. Trying to do almost like a bleed build if I could. 53 armor, bold heavy plate torso, plus 25 to fire resistance, plus 12 to ice resistance, plus 19 to electrical resistance, plus 12 to strength attributes. Your strength is where you're going to get your attack, and that was really good. Heavy plated gloves, plus 2 to electrical resistance, plus 2 to fire resistance, plus 2 to ice resistance, plus 2 to poison resistance, plus 30 to the magic attribute. Gloves, hard and heavy plated gloves, and that's plus 4 to electrical resistance, plus 12 to fire resistance, plus 4 to poison resistance, plus 11 to your armor, plus 7 to defense attribute bonus. And then for rings, I just went with Mystical Gold Ring, which is plus 11 to mana, plus 89 to health. We have Zoromon's Resistance. I found a lot of these. Zoromon's are like, it's going to have purple text, so it's almost like getting a legendary item. And it's a set thing. And I have, I don't have the full set on here, but still it's electrical damage, fire damage, ice damage, poison, fire damage, ice damage, electrical poison, electrical damage, fire damage, ice damage, poison damage. And then I have a necklace that is plus 139 to health, plus 3 to defense. And I also have gems. I didn't really use a lot of gems. But let's go to... My pet has an HP of 7,600 and magic points was 190. And I transformed it so it looks like a troll. So, and as we keep going, so the strength is how you get your attack. And I have that at 91, which gives me 618 to 1,236. I try to put as much into strength as I could because strength is a basis for this build. This is almost turned into a build guide, but this is what I was going for. Dexterity, I didn't put much into it because it deals with range damage. Torchlight has guns. So you can use guns, crossbows, arrows. But I don't like gun builds for some reason. Magic, originally I wasn't putting stuff into magic, but once I get in magic weapons, because I thought the magic had to do with your mana and like fire, lightning, those type of skills. No, it has to deal with improves damage dealt with your magic weapons. So if you're using magic weapons, which I tended to do, it increases it. So it's at 59. It gives me 214 to 427. Both my weapons I have are magic weapons. Defense, I went with 82, and that gave me 199 to 397 defense. So it gave me a lot of defense and helped me through a lot of battles where I was really doing really well. Skills. So I didn't even use all my skill points yet. So I have dual wielding, which I have plus 60% damage when dual wielding. I have it maxed out because I'm a dual wielding character. And then we went with slash attack. Inflicts 149% of weapon DPS plus 86% interrupted chance. I have that maxed out. Both of those only go up to 10. Another thing I decided to do, I tried out this like lightning sword thing, but I didn't really care for it, is I went with Adventurer. What it does is it gives you more fame and experience and potion effectiveness. So when I get a health potion, it works better. When I kill enemies, my fame goes up more. I get more experience for killing enemies. All seemed pretty good. I have that at 7 out of 10. It's a passive, so it's always enabled. And then I went with another passive, which is always enabled, which is martial weapons expertise. Got that to a level 2 rank. I didn't feel I needed to put a bunch in there, but it gives you 8% martial weapon damage. And then I went to pet mastery. So they have a skill in here that can increase your pet's damage. And I got up to level 6. So I have 24% pet and minion damage, 24% pet and minion armor, and pet town travel speed. The pet town travel speed is because if you get a bunch of loot and you want to use a scroll of town portal, scroll of town portal is Diablo, waypoint scroll. If you want to use a waypoint scroll, you put all the gear that you don't want on your pet, send it to town, and it will sell it, and then you automatically get your money back in like 2 minutes. I have that. And then to really upgrade it, I did critical strikes. I put 2 points into that. So that's 24% critical damage plus 2 to critical hit chance. And then I did treasure finder. Had a rank 2. 5% increased gold, 5% increased magic find. Always one of my favorite abilities, D2 I used to use all the time. This is up to level 7 though, seismic burst. So think seismic slam from D3. And this is plus 794 to 1985 damage, 28 knockback. I also did a Aura of Thorns. Now, I knew about Aura of Thorns because it reminded me of Diablo 2, the Paladin one. And this is enemies near you incur automatic damage over time. The aura lasts for 2 minutes. So literally what happens is you get 90 to 447 damage. So you have the aura on, so when people come near you, they get attacked. And then I would have my dual wield, and then I would use my slash, and all these would combine together. And I also had in this one also, if you find a scroll, you can use it to do a spell. So what I realized while playing this game is that it truly is about the player. So you can customize any way you want. There's map scrolls. So if you find a scroll, like for a map, you click it, it opens up a portal, and you can go in there and you can get stuff. Also, some of the quests that are in there, that are in the game, are meant for you to go into these portals repeatedly, find this item, and keep going through and cycle and get better gear. So it's all about it has one town, but you go in different areas. And the gameplay is addictive. It has a good story, even though but when I played it, I realized there's a lot, whether it's the treasure goblins from D3, the art style that D3 had, some of the stuff that's in Path of Exile, Grim Dawn, and it has something that I've always loved in these kind of games, and it is you have a skill tree, and you could put more than 1 point into something. It's something that Diablo 3 missed the boat on. Truly missed the boat on. Because what they did is you can put 1 point into a skill, and then you have runes. But what the runes do is they don't upgrade the ability. It's very nonsensical. You can tell the people that made Diablo and Diablo 2 made Torchlight. And especially after playing Torchlight 3, I wanted to go back and play. And I went all the way through, and I am just started doing Torchlight 2, and I've already up to the second part of that game. And Torchlight 2 does not have a berserk. They have a class called the Berserker, which is almost like a barbarian, and the monk merged into one. But Torchlight people should go back and replay it. Everybody talks about Titan Quest being like this epic game that was really good and ahead of its time. I think Torchlight was ahead of its time. And I think the Blizzard looked at what Torchlight was doing, and you could tell, especially with Torchlight 1 and Torchlight 2, that Diablo 3 took a lot from that and brought it into their game. But the question is, does it still hold up, or was it nostalgia? Oh, it holds up. I played it day after day after day. 3 days it took me, got through it, but what I was doing was 100%ing each level. Every map's done. And the end game, what it is you go to this lady in a graveyard, and she'll say, go find this monster on this level. So you go kill that monster. But what you also do is there's other people that keep giving you quests. So even after you beat the final boss, you can still keep playing, which is a good thing to have in a game like this. And I truly think that Torchlight is a game that should be looked at more. I truly enjoyed it. And this is the return of me trying to rebuild this channel. So just letting everybody know, there will be no more movie reviews on here. There will be no more wrestling stuff and no more horror movie stuff. This is going to be strictly video game related, is all I'm going to be doing going forward. And I did a stream last night on Twitch for Grim Dawn. I am going to post that stream on this channel, but I'm also planning on doing a video on Grim Dawn because I made a lot of progress today. And hopefully you guys, this channel's been going on for a long time, about 7-8 years. And I'm glad the subscribers I do have. I don't have a lot, but I make these videos for fun. And I enjoy making content, but I just had to take a break. There was a lot to do at the wedding, and there wasn't a lot of time for me to sit back and make content. But it's 2022, and I plan on making more content, doing different types of reviews. Action RPGs are my bread and butter, but we are also planning on doing reviews on other things. I do plan on the reviews are going to be Xbox, PC, mobile, Switch, some PS4, but I have been playing a lot of mobile games, and I'll get into that. I always play a lot of mobile games in my spare time, but I will go through and we will do those. All right. Thank you very much, and I hope everybody has a great day.